There's a saying that it's one thing to get congratulated for escaping from a burning building, and it's another. There's a certain type of person that rather than stick around for that congratulations or comfort, will just grab a bucket of water and run back into the building. We started New York Recovery Alliance to make sure that people's needs could be met. And New York Recovery Alliance doesn't really care about the legality of what we're doing. We care about if there's a need and if it's the right thing to do. I think most people who are struggling that we're interacting with, they really want connection. That's what I wanted. My whole life I was just like, why do I feel so disconnected? And drugs offered that immediate connection and or total numbing so that I could just fall into euphoric bliss. I'd never experienced that before. So of course I'm drawn to it. I spent the vast majority of my life in chaotic drug use. And what I mean by that is there were a lot of negative consequences and I seemed to not be able to stop using despite that. So there were years when I was in and out of psych wards, in and out of mental hospitals, in and out of detoxes, and I was just so confused about why did I want so badly in one moment to stop this madness, and in the next moment I would turn around and engage in what I thought was causing all the madness. It's really difficult to be exposed to something that seemed hell-bent on killing you, and to watch other people trying to navigate that, and to know that their odds aren't real good, and to know like these relationships that you're building with folks are likely time limited. Again, like the antidote that I found to that is to just be present with folks and recognize like how many. There were a few times when I was at my most vulnerable, having to live those really vulnerable moments out in the public eye because I didn't have any place to go. And I remember these like very random acts of kindness that humanized me. And I want to recreate those for people because those memories, like they saved my life as much as drugs did. And they gave me this idea that like maybe there was like hope. And I mean hope, like maybe there was some connection out there. Like somebody saw me and they responded.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
I have a present for you.
You do?
I bought donuts one day, and you said, did I have any gluten-free? I don't know. Do you like snickerdoodles, cookies?
You brought me a gluten-free Snickers
Yes, I did. Look, see? I thought of you. I was at the public market. I'm like, do you have anything gluten-free?
Yeah,
And she
that's
was
so
like,
sweet.
yeah. And I'm like, it's for Chris.
So one of the things I think that's really good about New York Recovery Alliance, using the word recovery in it, well, there's actually quite a few good things. But one of the things is to reclaim the word recovery. So in the same way as I can reclaim the word queer and be like, yeah, I'm queer, deal with it, and actually come at me, you know? We can reclaim the word recovery, because recovery right now, if I say it to the general population, and we're talking about drug use, it's strict lifelong abstinence. So when people come up for services, again, when they're like, oh, I really want to quit. And if you build relationship with them, they're like, I actually don't want to quit because drugs have saved my life. I can't imagine a life. I can't imagine literally going on in life without some relief. There are 1,000 opportunities for small positive changes, whether that's using a sterile syringe or changing the route of administration from something inherently more dangerous, like injecting, to smoking. or ingesting, or coming up with a safety plan to try to navigate when things get chaotic, having a support system. There are just literally thousands of opportunities to connect with people and give them the ability to feel good about changes that they're making that are not only good for them, but good for our whole community. I hope people just take time to understand that there's a lot more to consider when we see people navigating these difficult situations. And they take time to understand that there are often co-occurring conditions: bipolar, autism, depression, anxiety, trauma, childhood experiences, current experiences like sexual assault, abuse, both physical and emotional. And do you want to pile on more, or do you want to be a little graceful?